time for Wake Up with Witcher. Here's meteorologist Mike Witcher from the East Tennessee Weather Center.
And good morning, everyone. It is now 7:04. I apologize, running a few minutes behind here this morning. A live look there at Interstate 40 in West Hills. We've had a little bit of a slowdown there, but volume of traffic is running smoothly so far. So no major issues from there whatsoever. But live look from Union County. We've got a gorgeous sunrise taking shape. And as the kids head off to school, temperatures are in the 50s and 60s. We're on our way into the mid-80s as we get through the afternoon hours. It's really going to be a beautiful day ahead of us today. Did you happen to capture that beautiful sunset last night? Hopefully you had a chance to. It was a gorgeous one. By the way, this morning's Wake Up with Witcher is sponsored by Volunteer Home Mortgage, Maryville's top mortgage broker. You can visit them online at volunteerhomemortgage.com or call them at 865-238-7500. I know moving is tough right now. The industry is tough, but listen, it's the biggest purchase you will probably ever make in your lifetime. And so Jerry and her team are available 7 days a week. You can give them a call, visit them online. You can talk to their brokers, and they can walk you through all the details. I know you got to give them a bunch of financial information, but they're there to help you to make it work for you and your family if that's what you're doing. They don't just do it in the state of Tennessee. They're also in Georgia and Florida as well. So visit them online, volunteerhomemortgage.com, or call them at 865-238-7500. All right, so again, we had a gorgeous sunset last night. We have a beautiful sunrise taking shape here this morning, and it's going to be another warmer day ahead of us today as ridge of high pressure is still dominating the weather pattern, but there's a hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico, and that is going to be heading our way. Let's talk about observed high temperatures so far this month. We've had a fairly average month so far with a couple of days, 3 days anyways, of below average temperatures. Remember, last Saturday and Sunday, we were in the upper 70s. It felt amazing. Yesterday, we were at 86 degrees. Today, we're going to climb back into the mid to upper 80s once again. And we have not had any rainfall so far this month. Our average for the month of September is 3.49 inches. So again, another rather dry month. Here's the almanac from yesterday. 86 in Knoxville, 82 Crossville, 89 in Chattanooga, and 86 degrees in the Tri-Cities area. So nice, solid average day. Your weather headlines: increasing high-level clouds. We have those out there already this morning. Expect increasing clouds and light rain late in the day on Thursday, tomorrow, and mainly south of Interstate 40. But as we get into our Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Francine and the remnants of Francine will be affecting us, bringing us elevated rain chances. And of course, you can always visit online at easttnweather.com. You can get updated weather information there. I do a blog there as well, so a daily blog gets updated here after the morning show. And so about 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, it should be updated, and that will give you a lot more information. Plus, I have a lot of climate information of where we've been for the last 30 days, where we've been for the last year when it comes to rainfall, precipitation. We talk about the Climate Prediction Center, the Weather Prediction Center, and, of course, highlight all those weather details with the East Tennessee Weather blog. All right, so satellite and radar, no rain out there. That's just ground clutter. But you can see how those high-level clouds are hanging out with us, and that's going to be the story throughout the day today. Temperatures are running warmer this morning. Not 57 degrees warmer in Oak Ridge. Don't worry, Oak Ridge. You're not on fire here this morning. We're trending about 5 to 8 degrees warmer than what we were yesterday. And that's because we're adding more moisture to the atmosphere. So dew points have started to rise. Therefore, our morning lows come up. Fog's not a major player here to get the day started whatsoever as well. But let's talk about those tropics, shall we? Here is Hurricane Francine. It is a Category 1 hurricane. Wind sustained now at 90 miles per hour. Our next update is from the National Hurricane Center is at 10 o'clock this morning. It has finally picked up a little bit of speed from what we were dealing with yesterday. It's now moving to the northeast at 10 miles per hour. This storm system could strengthen to a Category 2 later on this afternoon, right before it makes landfall. So it's going to be a strong Cat 1 or a low-end Cat 2. I've got a buddy who lives down in Louisiana, and he was a couple buddies, actually. They were texting me yesterday. He said, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. It is going to pack a punch for sure. I mean, Category 1, Category 2 hurricane, but again, think if you live in Louisiana, you're kind of used to that. Throw a hurricane party is what you do. All right, by noon today, we're going to be making our way to about 78 degrees, so a nice lunch hour. Again, we're going to have that filtered sunshine. Should be a great patio day for sure. Dew points come up a little bit, so the sweat factor comes up just a little bit more today than what we were having to deal with yesterday. But like Buck said, we need drought relief badly. Grass is fried and crispy. Yes, my friend. Yes, we do have some much-needed rain on the way, although It's not going to be an all washout, and I don't think it's not going to be any drought busting rain, at least for some for all locations, but some will get a little bit more. We'll talk about it here in a second. Temperatures this afternoon make it into the mid to upper 80s. So again, very similar to what we were yesterday. I think maybe a degree or two warmer than what we were yesterday. But again, the humidity has picked up a little bit, and so you'll feel that sweat factor goes up. Still should be a nice evening for a nice after-dinner walk. The wife and I took a walk last night. We'll talk about that. It was a nice sunset, but we're down to 78 degrees by 8 o'clock tonight. Dew points continue to climb as we wrap up the weekend, head into the weekend. Here comes that tropical moisture, so it's going to be rather muggy weekend. Of course, we do have the Tennessee Valley Fair going on. If you want to head out there, of course, you'll have to check in with the interactive radar to see kind of what these showers will be doing. But here's the general idea. There's Francine in the Gulf of Mexico. We pick up our timeline here at 7 o'clock. It's going to be making landfall around, probably around 2 o'clock here today, 2, 3, 4 o'clock today. Central time, probably 3 or 4 anyways. Move its way up the Mississippi River Valley, right over Memphis. It's going to bring showers and thunderstorms to Nashville. Notice that wraparound moisture bringing us our chance for rain. But notice that it's not like this big old washout of rain. It's just going to be passing showers, scattered showers, the general idea. Now, this model takes us, this is our high-resolution in-house forecast model. This takes us through Friday, 7 o'clock. Doesn't go past that. And notice that we just don't have a ton of rain around East Tennessee through Friday night. So we'll start to see a little bit of rain tomorrow, but the atmosphere is so dry in the low levels, I just don't think that we're going to get a whole lot. I think it's going to be more bark than bite. If you look at composite radar tomorrow, you'll probably notice rain showers, but is it going to be raining at the surface? And the answer is probably not for most. South of Interstate 40 has the best opportunity for seeing some rain. So now let's pick up our timeline at Friday, 7 o'clock at night, where we just ended our last future cast. Now we're looking at Francine's remnants, okay? This is mid-level energy and spin. This is at 500 millibars, so about 15 to 18,000 feet up. And there's the energy from Francine. Watch this, though. Francine's just going to kind of meander around the Tennessee Valley. That's why we're going to stay elevated with those rain chances, or at least more of an active weather pattern. No severe weather threat expected, but an active weather pattern with off and on showers. And that's going to bring the clouds too. So I do anticipate a cloudy weekend, maybe some hit and miss sunshine. But notice as we get into our Monday morning, it kind of opens up as an open wave and then combines its energy with moisture with another piece of energy across the Atlantic coastline. Then that piece of energy, because high pressure is centered over the northeast, you get clockwise rotation around high pressure. It's going to help to pull this energy back in. So energy moves out to the Atlantic, and then energy comes right back in as we get started next week. And so the remnants of Francine are going to be with us likely through next Wednesday, maybe Thursday, and that's going to bring us elevated rain chances. So here's what it looks like. Rain chances increase, obviously, through Friday, increase a little bit more through Sunday, and then look at North Carolina and Virginia. That's what it looks like where when that next piece of energy comes back in. I think that's where the bullseye is going to be for some heavier rain from Myrtle Beach to the Outer Banks of North Carolina, Raleigh, Norfolk, maybe Charlotte as well. So we'll see kind of what that does for us and where that energy goes next week to see if that keeps us with those elevated rain chances. All right, so here at home, we're still talking about a quarter to upwards of an inch and a quarter of rainfall through the next 7 days, all associated with Francine. What I want to point out is notice Upper East Tennessee has less rain potential, less rain accumulations. And part of the reason why is because the way the winds are blowing off the mountains, we're going to get some downsloping winds. It's a warming, compressing. Over across the West Coast, they call it a Chinook wind. So when you warm and compress the air, you shut down the precipitation, it dries it out. And so we're likely not to get as much rain Upper East Tennessee versus what we'll see down across the Southern Valley, which is probably good news because when you look at the U.S. drought monitor, we do have more of a drought ongoing across the Southern Valley. So here's the latest. We still have the moderate and severe drought from Rockwood down to Chattanooga. So these are the locations we need the rain. Upper East Tennessee is doing okay. And so it's probably okay that we don't see as much rain near the Tri-Cities area. So say from Knox County up towards Tri-Cities, less rain over the next 5 to 7 days, more south of Interstate 40. Now, as the clouds and the rain come on in, temperatures will come on down. It's an inverse relationship. Clouds increase, temperatures come down because you don't have that abundant sunshine to heat the earth, where the earth heats the air around us. You get the point. So below average temperatures, which is going to be nice. Although, remember, I showed you that the humidity is going to pick up. And so, well, it's going to be rather mild but muggy with scattered rain showers and mostly cloudy skies. Looking ahead towards the end of the month, well, not necessarily the best of news. The Climate Prediction Center is still predicting the possibility of above average temperatures. Now, our average for this time of year is in the mid 80s, so I'm not like talking 90s and hundreds or anything like that, but just above average, and likely to continue to stay maybe slightly above average for the next, say 6 to 12 days when it comes to rainfall. So rain chances ramp up a little bit on Thursday, mainly south of Interstate 40. Scattered showers. I think everybody will get some sort of rainfall at some point of the weekend, starting Friday, lasting through Sunday, and then maybe with that next piece of energy, we might have to ramp up those rain chances next, I'll say Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. Anybody going out to the football game on Saturday night? Kickoff at 7:45. Here's your tailgate forecast. We'll start the tailgate off at noon because it's a 7:45 game. Seems like those always are the games that become a little bit crazier, if you will. You have a little bit more time to hang out in the parking lot and do some tailgating, so use some responsibility, I suppose. Anyways, by noon, we're going to be at 69 degrees. Again, some spotty shower. So I think you'll likely want to take the umbrellas and the rain gear with you. I don't think it's going to be a total washout, but as we get closer to the weekend, we'll be able to refine this and fine-tune this forecast a little bit more specifically on the timing of when these little pieces of energy or these little lobes from Francine will start to move on in. But just anticipate scattered showers. As we get closer to kickoff, 7:45, we'll be in the upper 60s to low 70s, so that's going to be great. And if it's not raining, it's going to make it feel amazing because temperatures in the 70s, or right there near 70 anyways, with dew points in the upper 60s, it's going to feel good. It's going to be good. You'll be able to wear shorts and T-shirts, and it'll feel comfortable for sure. By 11 o'clock and towards the end of the game, we'll dip down to about 65 degrees. So don't forget that you can always track all of this with the East Tennessee Weather app. You can track the National Hurricane Center's forecast track. You can get spaghetti plots. You can do the interactive radar to go down into the Gulf of Mexico and see the past, current, and future forecasts with the interactive radar, giving you 2 hours in the past and also in the future. So something to kind of keep in mind. And again, if you have friends and family down there, they're probably paying attention to the news, which is totally fine. But maybe they want to check out the East Tennessee Weather app. I'm like, why would I do that? Why would I doubt them? I don't know. Anyways, it travels wherever you go, by the way. All right, what happened to my name there? My name got all messed up. See if we can get that going. I don't know what's going on with that. A little glitch, I suppose. Anyways, not gremlins, Kimberly. Not gremlins, just a little glitch. Let's go to the chat and say hi to everyone, see how everyone's doing this morning. I posted on it's funny, we have 35 people on the Witcher Weather Watchers, and I asked last night because I happened to take a nice little after dinner walk with my wife. The kids tried a little bit. My wife and I are like, no, we're going to go for a walk, like a good, moderate paced walk. And so we did. And so we did, about a mile and a half, 1.6 miles, something like that, almost 2 miles. And the sunset was just getting amazing. Well, I didn't carry my cell phone with me. I had it, and I was like, I don't want to carry this thing with me. So I put it down, and I was looking at the sunset going, oh, it is perfect. Plus, that's moisture coming in from Francine, and I really wanted to highlight that on social media. So if you happen to have any photos from last night's sunset or even this morning's sunrise, post it to the Witcher's Pictures link using the East Tennessee Weather app. I do want to say one other thing, and if you can stick with me till the very end, we're going to have some fun. We'll do our normal stuff. But at the very end, I actually worked for a TV station in Grand Junction, Colorado back in 2000. That's where I started my first job, and I was a photographer. And 6 months after 9/11 happened, the TV station sent me and another reporter out to New York City to follow a group of kids. And so I have a 6-part series. I'm not going to show you that. I'm going to show you one of my favorite pieces at the end here of the broadcast. So hopefully it doesn't violate. I hope it doesn't violate YouTube. I might have to turn off. Ooh, I don't know if I'll be able to do this now. Let me think about that. I had it all ready to go, and I don't want to do any violations to YouTube because I don't own the music. And if I do, come on, YouTube. We'll see. We'll see what I can do. Let me think about this for a second. If you have any suggestions, recommendations, because it does have music attached to it. Now I'm second guessing everything I said. All right, let's go to the chat. If you have any recommendations, let me see. See what you say. I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube. So I'm wondering if you just wanted to jump over to Facebook, maybe I shut down the YouTube streams for just a second. That's what I'll do. So if you're joining us on YouTube, I don't know how many are on YouTube this morning. I don't see, not too many. I don't see that, or at least commenting. Let's see. I've got about 6 on YouTube. So if you're joining us from YouTube this morning and you want to see this story that I shot 24 years ago, which is mind-blowing. Well, not 24. Wouldn't have been 24 years ago. 22, 23, whatever it was. Anyways, if you want to stay tuned, come over to the East Tennessee Weather Facebook page or the Mike Witcher TV Facebook page. I'm going to shut down the YouTube stuff so I don't get kicked off of YouTube. We'll put it on Facebook. Facebook will probably say, well, you're not going to monetize anything this morning on Facebook because you just violated your things. Well, that's fine. I just don't want to get kicked off of YouTube, right? All right. Anyways, I digress. Let's see where we are in the chat. But anyways, it's a really cool story, so you might want to check in. I see Robert Lawson has changed his profile picture, and so, really big day. Day in history. You know, I talked about it to the kids this morning and said, you know, this is a big day in history. Today represents change in our country. And they're like, oh, okay. Clearly, they weren't even close to being born in 2001. It's just weird to see all these kids that don't really even know. And I don't know. Maybe you can answer this. I'll ask the kids after school if they actually talk about 9/11 in schools. I don't know. I'll ask the kids after school, but let me know if you know the answer to that. Anyways, Robert says he's been missing the morning crew. Work had me running crazy. Well, we're glad you're joining us again here this morning, Robert. So thanks for coming back to the platform. Let's see. What else we got going on here? Today is hump day. We've got the camel right there. No, Kimberly, I said today's not the hump day. I want to put it on social media. I had too many things going on yesterday. Was not able to put it on social media, but I want it to play out for like a week. So I'll try to get that done today. Put it on social media. We'll do a vote. We can add some names to the voting thing. I'll just put it up to, hey, give me your best names. And then maybe here's what we'll do. We'll put it on social. I'll ask for names. And then next Wednesday, we will vote on those names on the show. How about that? Is that a good deal? Anyways. All right. Everyone have a good, Julie, is your day better this morning, Julie? My wife's a little bit tired this morning. What's up, Renee? She says she loves the app. I appreciate you. Oh. Totally spaced that one out, didn't I? It's over there. Jeez, listen, this is new, right? I'm on a routine. This is a new thing. I will wear the shirt next week. Sorry about that, folks. What's up, Rick? How are you, buddy? We need a drought relief, buddy. Yep, talked about that already. Today is your dad's birthday. Oh, wait, my thing's just locked up. Happy birthday to Aaron's dad, everybody. So, today's my dad's birthday. Everyone should celebrate picking up a bottle or a few of his Big Mike smoked meats barbecue sauce. Aaron, I will trade you a shirt for that. I need a Big Mike smoked meats barbecue sauce. And I might have, if you I'm assuming your dad's name is Mike. Well, so is mine. I want to try his barbecue sauce. We'll do a barbecue sauce competition. I make my own as well. And my brothers and I talked about it for years. It's my dad's recipe, but my dad's not going to do anything with it. We're like, for years, we were like, okay, maybe we should bottle this. Maybe we should try to sell this. Maybe we should try to get into the grocery stores. But then all of us, or the three of us, were like, I don't have time to go to these farmers markets and shows and trade shows to try to get it onto the shelf itself. So that didn't happen. By the way, Aaron, let us know where you purchase Big Mike smoked meats barbecue sauce. Let us know. Have you been part of a hurricane party before, Mel? I have not. I have not. All right, you can pick it up locally in Maryville at Maryville Corner Market, and Amburn's, also in Madisonville at Benton's and Black Bear Trading Post. Awesome stuff. Let's do a trade. I'll give Big Mike a hat and a t-shirt. Something like that. I want to try this barbecue sauce. Betty, yes, your shirt has been sent, my friend. All right. Well, we know what who Buck's voting for here this morning. Did you stay up and watch the debate last night? I did for about an hour, and then I was like 10:30. I was like, oh, I gotta go to bed. I'll just leave that right there. Like I said, I'm not gonna talk politics, but it was interesting for sure. No matter what side you were on. You sent a couple pictures yesterday. I saw the golf course picture. Definitely saw that. It did change the world forever, didn't it? Let's see here. So how many of us are still on YouTube? So I've got 4 on YouTube right now. Again, if you're on YouTube, I'm going to be shutting you down here in just a little bit so I can share this story on Facebook. And hopefully it doesn't violate any protocol or anything like that. Probably will. But I can't afford to get kicked off of YouTube. And I don't own that music. Today's your great uncle's 100th birthday. That's a big one. I can only wish to be 100, I suppose, or maybe not. Is he in good? Is he in good health? Hopefully he is. It's Uncle Bob. What's up, Uncle Bob? Oh my gosh. All right. Let's get to work with some other stuff, shall we? Shall we dance? Let's do it. Let's get our dance on. All right, today's national holidays. National Hot Cross Bun Day. I can't say I've ever had a hot cross bun. I don't really even know what a hot cross bun is. I know it's a song or a dance or hot cross buns. You do something with them. I don't remember. Encourages us to rise and shine to the tasty treat. Currants or raisins baked into this bun add a sweet flavor. As noted in the name of baked goods, it's marked with a cross. To make the cross, bakers used a dough paste baked in the bread. There we go. Sometimes icing is used to make the cross instead. I'm a poet and I don't even know it. It's National Make Your Bed Day. How many of you, come on, be honest now, how many of you actually make your bed every single day? You get up in the morning and you're like, okay, let's make the bed. You tidy everything up and then you leave your bedroom for the day. Show of hands, how many? I'll be curious to see what number this is. We typically don't. And then we kind of have to remake it just to get back in bed that night, right? The night of. But there is something so peaceful and relaxing when your bedroom is clean and your bed is made all day long. Don't you agree? But I get up before everybody else, so I'm not going to make the bed. Ooh. Does that mean I just put it all on Janelle? Janelle? She's getting the kids ready for school and do all the things. She doesn't have time for that stuff either. Never mind. I'm not going to call her out. She's a sweetheart. Comfortable football beats sauna bath at Neyland Stadium. That is the truth. It's also Patriot National Day of Service and Remembrance, obviously being September 11th. So that probably leads me to my story. So YouTubers, I'm going to shut you down, but I will bring you back up here momentarily. So give me a second. I got to shut a couple things down. I'm also shutting down the 24-hour channel because that broadcasts on YouTube. Okay, so if you're watching on Roku TV, Amazon Fire, the website, or the app, something to keep in mind, I'm going to shut you down for just a second. So you're going to lose Roku TV, you're going to lose Amazon Fire, you're going to lose all the sources. Come over to Mike Witcher TV Facebook page or the East Tennessee Weather page. All right. So before I get there, as I mentioned earlier, I went and I did a story with the news station, KJCT 8 in Grand Junction, Colorado. That was my first TV station. My first job in TV was as I got hired as a TV photographer, a photojournalist, which is great because I loved photojournalism. I always wanted to be a reporter. Long story short, I decided I didn't want to be a reporter, was doing photography, and then I got the opportunity to do weather, tried to get out of weather like 10 times, and so is the story. Here I am still doing weather 24 years later. But so there was a group of kids. It's kind of like a Make-A-Wish Foundation in Grand Junction. I forget exactly what it was, like kind of a Make-A-Wish thing. Well, their wish was to go to New York City and to help in the efforts of post 9/11. This was about 6 months up prior. Now, I had been in New York City, and I had been in the Twin Towers on July 4th of 2001. And then, of course, September is when 9/11 happened. I went back again in 6 months later, whatever that was, February, March, whatever, to do this 6-part series with these kids, and it was life-changing. I'm getting all like tickled, or not tickled, I'm getting all choked up here. And it's funny because it's 20 so many years later, right? But what was crazy about it was being front and center, getting behind the scenes, following one of the police officers that took us to all the events. We got extra access to certain areas that were not open to the public. That was really cool. But being a photographer and a photojournalist, your eye is stuck in that camera 24 hours, right? You're working really hard to get the shots, to get the interviews, to not mess up the story. So it wasn't until I got back after that extended weekend and we started editing and logging and going through all of our footage to make sure everything was there to be able to put this story together. And it wasn't until I was in that edit booth looking through all my footage that I just broke down. I didn't have time to reflect on what I had just done until I got back here. All right, so I'm shutting down YouTube. We only got 3 more left. YouTube's going down, and the